Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So before we begin with this reading, I just want to let everyone know that there is 5 groups, so just bear that in mind before you decide to choose. We will be looking into what vibrations, lower vibrations that you are dipping in and out of, and for some of you, you may have been kind of stagnant. Everyone is on a different path, so just take whatever resonates. And yes, I really wanted to do this reading because I am someone who really loves to just embrace the darkness. I welcome it in, and I'm not afraid to let these different emotions come up or ideas come up, because I know that there is a reason behind it and why it's being shown to me, internally or externally. And I think it's really important to understand that spirituality is not all love and light. For anyone that is new to this kind of path, a lot of people already know that, but I just want to bring that to light, that it's all about embracing the darkness and understanding what is going on with you externally, and why maybe certain things are manifesting in your life, because everything that manifests outside of you is just a reflection of what is going on inside of you. And it is perfectly fine to dip down, because we have to go down into the darker emotions to transmute that energy. So it's really important to just not be hard on yourself when you're going through things like this, and just know that when you have an awareness about these emotions and you are questioning why they're coming up, that really helps. It's like 90% of transformation is with the awareness of your own conscious mind and your own feelings, and intuitively feeling what your body is trying to tell you. So that's why I was really drawn to doing this. And I also now have a reading dedicated to this, which will be a 2-part reading. So for anyone that is going through a lot of problems that they just don't fully understand right now, and they would need a little bit of extra guidance, I'm here to help. So yeah, without further ado, you can go ahead and choose one of the 5 piles. I don't have any cards or anything, because I'm going to channel first, but I will just let you all know that each number also holds a vibration. So I'm just going to say the numbers out loud, and close your eyes, and whatever number you feel a vibrational pull to, that is the group for you. So group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, group number 4, group number 5. And we will begin, and I will see you in a second. Hello, group number 1. So we're going to be using the Deviant Moon Tarot deck, and just another oracle deck. I don't know what it's actually called, but it's a deck dedicated to blessings. So we will, I will channel first for the first part, and then use the tarot deck to kind of clarify some things, and look a little bit deeper into it. But yeah, let us begin. Okay, so I really feel with this group that you have really been working on feeling better about yourself. And I'm seeing that you're really trying to look at yourself in a different light. Like you are really, truly wanting to change the way that you look at yourself. And you've also been really trying to push through. And it's something that's just kept feeling like it's so hard, because you're really trying to hold that perseverance. Isn't that the word? Yes. You're really trying to push through and not let your insecurities bring you back down to where you don't want to be. And that's your biggest issue at the minute. I'm seeing your addictions or something that holds a certain amount of energy and memories that you, in some way, whatever your addictions are, you are holding those addictions because of the escapism that kept you with them. Because for some reason, whatever it is that you hold on to, it's because there is something from your past that you haven't fully dealt with, so you're using this as a way to kind of excuse yourself in certain situations, that you are basically saying, I am this way because it runs in my family, or I am this way because I just am big boned. So some people are dealing with a little bit of diet issues, or you're making up excuses to mirror, or I'm seeing that as well, that you are kind of pushing it back towards people who are really nitpicking at your insecurities as well. So you kind of use this kind of flip mechanism where you reflect it back at them with an excuse. Okay, so that's the energy that I'm picking up here. Is you don't feel safe to be vulnerable. You don't feel safe to, say, I love my body. I love who I am. I love my personality. You're not feeling safe to say those words, and that's something that keeps you going back down, dipping into these. Insecurity is the biggest thing that I'm feeling for you, group number 1. So working with that, and I'm saying you're doing great. You are doing so good right now because you are pushing through, and you're like, when is this going to get better? It is getting better each and every time that you try to just question, okay, I'm making an excuse here. When you start to ignore or to notice your excuses, you're going to realize how ridiculous they sound. Like, you're going to start noticing that that's just a joke. I shouldn't be saying, like, why am I talking about things in this way? You're looking at yourself in the mirror, or you're looking at yourself in your own visual mind of how you want life to go, but then you keep having the excuses of why you don't want to change. So that's what you need to really focus on. It's why you feel like it never is getting easier. It's because you're having that kind of idea behind it. Like it's hard. It's hard for you to just really be vulnerable with yourself and just understand that everyone has insecurities, and that you will have people say things to you because they're going to reflect back to you what your insecurities are, but they also have their insecurities. So looking at it from their point of view might also help you understand what is going on with you as well. Let's just see here what else I'm picking up. I want to clarify what it is that really gets you down. Okay. Self-love. You're so you really want to discover who you are as a person, but it really hurts you. It really just triggers you in ways that you just aren't ready for, but you feel that you're not ready for it. And you're kind of using this way of communicating with people like, I want to get better, but at the same time you make these excuses because of you're feeding a certain a frequency of language. It's like you use certain words to keep things the way that they've always been, and you're wanting to change, but you just don't know how. And I'm really seeing sitting with yourself being one of the strongest things that you can do. Like just sitting there and thinking and journaling or whatever works for you to just really reflect. It doesn't have to be deep, because I don't think that some of you are ready for that. But Four of Wands, I feel like there is one person that is very special to you that makes you feel secure and feel safe. So just also try and think about the other person as well, because they want to see you recover. They want to see you be the best person that you want to be. But it's almost like you use them as a security blanket kind of in a way. It's like you use them as comfort, like almost like codependency kind of here. I'm picking up for some people. So just know that the people that make you feel safe will eventually start giving up if you don't work on yourself. And that's what happens a lot of the time. There comes a point when people are just like, I really want you to heal, but they can only do so much. So now it's like up to you to just be a little bit more aware of the thoughts that you have and the way that you talk, the way that you speak about yourself, okay? Let's see, one more card. The Sun. I really feel like you have a really strong connection here with this person. It might be romantic, it might also just be a family member. It's either family or someone you're living with. It's home. It's just they have this homely feeling that makes you feel safe. And they are going to be the one that really channels messages for you. So really, really listen out, because they are in the same kind of energetic dance with you, and they bring you joy, but you also must kind of transmute that back to them and appreciate them as well. But I feel like working hand in hand and noticing that the energy that they reflect to you is reflecting back. It's really interesting, because I feel like you do have some people who bring you down, but this one person in particular is your external tool to help you heal. But just be very aware of that and be very observant of what they're trying to like say to you, because everything that they say has a deeper meaning that they might even really question sometimes, like why they're saying particular things to you. A blessing to bring clarity. So I really think that everything I said, for anyone that resonated with this, just hit everything hammer on the nail. Like it was just so, okay, I get it now, I get it. I realize the way I speak is probably most of the problem. And it feels that way for me, because you have really tried and you are really dedicated to getting better or being different with your approach, but you just need a little bit of guidance. So I hope that helped. And yeah, if you resonate with this in any way, leave a comment down below. I love reading comments. I don't always have time to reply to everyone, but I love reading them. I read every single one. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the future. Goodbye. Hello, group number 2. So we will be using the Deviant Moon Tarot deck and one of my oracle decks with blessings. So before that, I am going to channel, pick up on what I'm feeling, and yeah, we'll use them to clarify after. So let us begin. I'm seeing and feeling so much. It's like you're you're in a very good space energetically. I'm picking up that there's not too much here that's out of alignment. Most of it is you're very much aware of what it is that you want to do with your life and how you want to improve, and you've got specific goals and things and people that you want to help. But I feel that right now is a time of just sitting still and being with yourself in a very just 0 point energy. Just really listening, tapping into more. I feel like right now you focus more on the, what it is that I want from life, and you've really done like a lot of like the physical things, like maybe you've been doing some sort of exercises, or you've been doing some journaling, or I'm seeing a lot of like, practical things, which is great. But now for you, I really feel like you're someone who's really taken the time to step back a little bit from wanting to be more psychic or more tapped into the other realms or other dimensions and stuff, and you just really said, okay, fuck that. I want to just focus on me for right now. So that's very, very nice to see, because I see that's a different energy that I usually pick up. A lot of people are kind of up here too much and they're not down here, but now it's kind of like you need to let things just balance out, because you're really it's like you've done so much work on yourself that now you just need to just appreciate things. Just be in the moment is what I'm picking up. I'm also seeing you being very much ready to just take action in what it is that you love doing. Wow, you're very much healed. So I don't feel like you're really going into anything too deeply. I feel like you're not really sad, or you're not really feeling too many emotions. I feel like if you're having an off day, it literally just lasts sometimes for a couple of hours, and sometimes not even a couple of days. Like you're very quick to just get yourself back up and get ready and take on life. So that's really nice to see that energy. And yeah, I want to just see, is there anything that you can, let me hear what I want to say. I'm feeling like, what is it that you can start doing that is more based towards what you love and not what you want to heal, okay? So that's my intention. Okay, so I feel like I'm feeling like at the minute you're a little bit closed off from others, and you're kind of in a hermit mode, which would make a lot of sense. You're kind of this person in here, and I feel like you don't really want to, have anyone come into your life that would put you out of balance, which is it's kind of something that eventually over time becomes a little bit toxic, and you end up not liking people, or you get this idea in your head that people are just not a good vibe for you, and you don't know, you just have to wait for the right kind of people to come into your life, and then you'll open the door and be like, welcome, come in, here's my home. That won't happen until you just start to love people for who they are, okay? So it also has to do with, I feel like you really love what you see other people doing, but you don't have these people in your life right now. And you wish and you hope that these people will just, so like attracting like a soul tribe. But that all comes when you start being your truest, authentic self. You'll start attracting these people into your life. So just really love everything about how far you've come, and start speaking it, start being it, start living it, and showing it to other people, because that's where the fear is, that people just don't get you, or that they're weird, or they think you're weird, or whatever. And that is I feel like you hang around kids because you know that they're pure, and you know that they're just innocent, and they're like the only thing that really gets you right now. But just know that everyone's going through this massive like shift and change in who they are. So we have the Chariot. I feel that you don't realize how strong you actually are, and people come into our life a lot quicker when we realize that we are our own sovereign being, okay? That we have power over our own energy, and we have this armor to just, take anyone can say anything to you and you won't be affected by it, because you know who you are and what you stand for. Okay, so it's like, I'm just saying that it's kind of resonating with this again. It's like life will start moving a lot quicker with this Chariot energy when you just realize that nobody can really affect you. That people have this whole idea of empaths, like they take on the energy and it affects them and it puts them in a funny mood or makes them feel down and low, when that's just a self-limiting belief. Okay, and that's something that I worked through and realized, wait a minute, no one can really affect me. I can just be aware and know that they are not the right person for me to hang around, but I'm not afraid of their energy. If you're afraid of people's energy, then that's what's gonna set you off balance. See where I'm coming from with that? I'm going to pull another one. We have the Devil here. So there's a fear of falling back into the things that you've worked so hard to get away from, which I'm picking up here is a little bit of like drama and giving your power away to people that don't deserve it. And you're also I feel like you have a little bit of a fear of the unknown, of the darker aspects of life, and you kind of want to stay in this kind of place that you are right now. And it's like, that's what this whole video is kind of about. It's like you kind of sometimes just can't help but go kind of down into old patterns, because there's always a different lesson when we go back to doing something that we worked so hard to get away from, okay? So like, don't ever feel guilty that you're doing something. Always know that if you have like an experience where, for example, say you stopped drinking alcohol, and then there's one time where you just took, this notion of like, I just really would love to have a drink, and you did, and that's fine, as long as there's not this attachment to like, this isn't spiritual, this is against everything that I've worked so hard to surpass or whatever. It's those emotions, feeling like that is a negative, like alcohol is a negative thing that makes you a negative person. That again is a self-limiting belief. You can enjoy a glass of wine if it's coming from a place of pure just gratitude to be able to just be in a relaxed state and enjoy the environment and the people that are around you. That's what it's all about. It's not about getting drunk. It's not about the lower kind of energy that comes with alcohol. It's your awareness that you're putting on that addiction, because it's not an addiction once you stop treating it like it's an addiction. So for some people, that might trigger them and be like, you're wrong. And that's okay. some people will be like, alcohol is so bad, and or whatever addiction it is. This is like, what's wrong with humanity, and da 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 da. It's like, no, we're given all of these things to experience, but it's the way that it's been hijacked. Everything in life at the minute seems like it's just been twisted and turned to being all about control and power and manipulation. Everything is being manipulated in society, which in turn now is being flipped back. And it's like, wait a second. All of these things were never bad. We just started using them for our own egotistical purposes or whatever. Okay? I just want to see what blessings that you do have right now. So this is more coming from like your spiritual guides. A blessing on the children. I don't remember. Sometimes I don't remember. But I think I was talking about you hanging around children. So they are your blessing. But as well, you also need to still communicate with people your own age or people older than you as well. But the children that are in your life are there to really just keep you feeling safe and keep you feeling secure. So that's amazing. And also I feel like you're really emotionally, some of you, I'm picking this up, some of you are very much emotionally triggered by some of the things that are going on in the world involving children as well. So that is something that is being transmuted, and it's in the past. It's already, where I focus with all of that, it's already being healed. It's already healed. It's being healed in the past with everything, but we're already on a new timeline where that will not be something that we can accept in society. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, that is all I have for you, group number 2. Thank you so much for stopping by, and leave a comment down below if this resonated. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3. So before I get into channeling, after we will be using the Deviant Moon Tarot deck and this Oracle deck that has to do with blessings and what your spirit guides are kind of protecting you with, what energy is working in your favor from the light. So yes, I will now begin on picking up what lower energy is kind of affecting your life right now currently, and how you can become more aware of these habits. I'm definitely picking up that you're someone who is quite passionate, very, very loving, but hold on, I need to get comfortable. I'm feeling that you definitely struggle with perfectionism, and you know that yourself, and you want everything to be done perfect, but you're not really open. You're not really open to hearing any criticism, and if you do get any criticism, you take it really hard. You're really hard on yourself about it, and it's something that you're being challenged with recently, because you have to just understand that you don't know it all, and that if you are going to present yourself to people with your ideas, that they are going to be able to see things that you don't see. And it has a lot to do with, you know, you're out of that frequency where it's more, I'm seeing people judging you. I'm seeing people giving their experience, but then you're kind of saying, okay, but that was you're kind of shutting people off before you even give them a chance to speak, or you just completely blocked what they had to say in your head. You're already thinking like they're saying this because they're jealous, or they're saying this because, okay, and you're putting up a wall and saying certain things about people, when really I think Spirit's telling me that people actually are just rooting for you, and they actually do want to see you improve and get better. But for right now, there has been some sort of a loss. Some people here have lost someone, and they're using this energy of trying to be the best that they can be, because they don't want to feel this loss. Some people, it's not some people might not have lost anyone recently, but you feel like that the harder you work, the more you feel safe and secure with where you're going in life, and you take it too serious. You need to now be able to just sit back and question why some things aren't going the way that they are meant to go in your head. They're not going that way because your soul's pushing you to ignore it. Like, that's not what you need to focus on. You need to focus on, you probably have a lot of masculine energy when you work. So kind of letting things go in more of a flow. And I feel like you have been doing that, because I see in your energy, your energy is flowing through your whole body in a nice way. But when it gets stuck in a certain point, you really you kind of put everything in here, into your heart space, and you take everything to heart. So working with that and just knowing yourself what that is, and why it keeps showing up, and why you keep having it. So I feel like a lot of you already know this, and you are working on it anyway. But I just want to let you know that I feel that it's coming up because you are feeling sad about something. There's something that you're feeling sad about, and you're using this, like, I can only do things for myself. I don't need anyone else to help me, because I know exactly what I want to do in my life. And you're kind of shutting people out in a way, because you don't want people to get involved, because you don't want people to get hurt. I feel like it has to do with relationships as well. Like, you don't want to let anyone into your life as well, because you have such high standards with the perfect partner, or you just know that you get triggered by so many little things, and you don't really know how to deal with it. Let's ask a little bit about that. So, like, with relationships, how does perfectionism affect you? You always have this fear of it always ending. Again, losing someone. Like, before you even start, you already have this feeling inside you that it's not going to work. Like, it's already over before it's even begun, kind of energy. So that's something that you need to work on too, and be more aware about that, because everyone comes into your life at a perfect time. But if you're not letting yourself just go with the flow and see how it goes, then you're blocking yourself. You're blocking it. Like, strength. I really feel like this has to do with, you have so much power and passion, and just your voice is a really good tool for you. It's a really it's a gift, really. It's very magical, the way that you speak and the way that you look at things with a very analytical mind. You really intrigue people, but then you also have this kind of a little thing that you need to work on, that you're one that kind of quickly judges someone whenever they say something that you don't like or that you don't agree with. You're kind of like, they're not really working on themselves. Judgment is coming up a little bit here, pile number 3. I'm not seeing major issues with you, because I feel like a lot of you you're very aware of it. So this is probably just kind of more clarification for you. The Page of Swords. This is seeing that vision and knowing that you are very much in tune with what you think and how you speak. So you're very much aware of that, and you don't want to say something that's wrong. You want everything to be right. But this is, the page is like, he's still learning, he's still, what's that word? Let's just say like a trainee. No, what? Not a trainee. What is it? I forgot, whatever. You know, like, comment down below if you pick up what I'm trying to say. You know when someone starts and they're like not getting paid? A volunteer. It's not even what I was trying to say. Oh, it doesn't matter, whatever, you get me. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. What do I want to ask here? I'm gonna pull another card. I want to see like what you can do right now that would make things a little bit easier for you to understand, because I feel like you kind of already know. Queen of Swords. Don't be afraid to say it like it is. Be a biatch if you have to. Okay? I'm picking that up. Don't normally do, but I'm like, you're allowed. I think this is very strange for me to pick that up, but you're allowed to not like. Interesting. Okay, so for some of you, I'm seeing that you know you're a perfectionist, and you are also kind of judging yourself whenever you can't accept people's ideas or people's views. Like you take it so much like serious, like it triggers you a little bit, and then then you're like, oh, I'm being a perfectionist. Like I have to let people try and want to help, or I have to let people be who they want to be. But like you're allowed to be upfront and direct as long as you're not shedding blood like on her little sword. If you're not intentionally trying to do it out of like evil and with evil intention, because I feel like you judge yourself like a little bit like you're being a bad person, but it's all our own experiences and it's all our own learning. So just don't be hard on yourself if you say something and it is taken in the wrong way. Everyone is going to take things differently. Everyone's going to have a different experience on how they feel about what you say to them, and you can never ever be in someone's mind 24/7. Because if you're speaking to a room of people, or if you're speaking to an audience, or if you have your own platform where you share your voice, because I feel like a lot of you do, you can't control what people think about you, and you have to just accept that. Yeah, but that is all I have for the tarot. Let's see what you have as you have what kind of security do you have from your guides right now? A blessing on growing older. So I feel like the wiser that you've become, it's really helped you understand this whole perfectionism thing on a deeper level. But now you've went the opposite way with it, where you're looking at it in a different, you're looking at it from the other side. Now you need to kind of just come to the middle and see it from there, which is basically just observing everything. So you were here being a complete perfectionist, and you became aware of it, and then you're trying so hard to stop it when it's kind of coming into your life. But when you have no emotion attached to it, that's when you really understand it a lot more. So I think that's what Spirit's trying to tell you, is that it's just all a part of growing older, growing wiser, and just being comfortable with the lessons and just really appreciating them and being like, thank you so much for that, because it made things a lot easier. But yeah, that is all that I have for you, group number 3. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, leave a comment down below, and I will see you all in the future. Goodbye. Hello, group number 4. So, before I begin channeling, the deck that we're using today is the Deviant Moon Tarot deck, and we are also using, I don't know what it's called, but it's basically an oracle deck with blessings. So yes, we will now begin. So let me get comfortable. My hips are sore. I was doing kayaking today and it was amazing. Like, I was in just pure bliss, and I'm someone who's a little bit afraid of the ocean, but just today, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I am. The sea was just so choppy and the waves were so big, but I was just in pure bliss. And I feel like it opened up my hips. Why am I telling you that? I know why I'm telling you that. Okay. I'm feeling very much connected to the womb. So there's some sort of trauma. It could be past life. It could be, there's healing your sexual energy here. Your sacral is coming up strong. So there is some sort of like, you're very much sad when you really want to help people, but also it's hard on you because you're trying to be the best person that you can be, and at the same time you're surrounded by things and habits and people that just really don't make you feel good about yourself. There is a lot of gossip and drama going on outside of you. I feel like it has to do with your circle of friends or your workspace or something along those lines, and then you're just so drained from hanging around them. I don't say that you're partaking in the drama or the gossiping, but when you are around it, it's so hard to deal with that you do something that's very low vibrational. So I feel like you're using some form of escapism through, could be so many different things. It could be food, it could be alcohol, it could be whatever it is that you're using. Some of you, I feel like it's TV as well. Just doing things that are very much like meh. And you're sitting there and you're feeling guilty about not doing things that are for, you're not sure exactly why you're not focusing and working towards your higher purpose in life. And it's because things aren't flowing for you, because I feel the waves, okay? I feel like you're not trusting that things are just meant to go in a, was that light flickering? I don't know. I feel like you're not trusting that, you know, the way that I felt on the ocean today, it was just like, I used to be so afraid of the water, and I've talked a little bit about this before, but I'm really working with the element of water because it was the only element that I was really truly afraid of. Like, it has to do, I'm picking that up for you. I feel like you have some connections with Lemuria as well, or Atlantis. That looking into that is going to kind of make you understand certain things about yourself. If you're into that. If you're not really sure about that, just leave it behind. But that's just for someone. But I see that you're letting things be stagnant because you're literally your life force is being drained through the drama and the gossip that's going on with others. You don't like what you're hearing. You don't like the way that they're being towards other people behind people's back, and it's really just, it's taking a toll on you. And all I want to say about that is start working with people that bring your energy up. I feel like right now is not the time for you to be trying to help anybody. I feel like you're just such a good person. You always want to be there for people and you always want to guide people, but it's not where you need to be right now. It's really not. It's actually making you worse. You're not ready right now. You're not ready to help people. I'm hearing that loud and clear because it's made you more like rigid. It's made you more panicky about everything going the way that it has to go. You're not in this flow state. You're not letting things, it's okay to plan, but it's also, you need to let yourself just go. Like if something doesn't go the way it's meant to go, that's okay. It was all divinely planned, okay? So I feel like just letting yourself go into more of a flow state, working with that sacral energy and understanding where your wounds are in that, because I feel like it has to do with sexual energy, sexual trauma, and also some sort of like not really loving your own sexuality, your own body. This is where this is all coming from. And there's so many different parts that I could put in there, but I don't want to make it too to one person because I'm feeling so many different things. But yeah, let's just see what you can do with these people. Like, how can you set your boundaries with these people? Okay, that came out reversed and the deck is upright. I feel like you think that you can't escape or you have to be around these people when you really don't. And what I'm picking up for you more so is imagining your life without having their conversations, like having conversations that are more so positive and uplifting, because people can change when you visualize that they will change, that they'll stop with this drama, they'll stop and they will heal. And it's really hard because you know them as a person and you know their ego. But when people are acting like this, you can't see their soul, you can't see the light inside them. So it's hard for you to imagine them any other way. But even just sending them a little bit of love is going to just do you so much. And just be like, that's not my thing to deal with, so I'm sending it back. It's like you don't want to take things home with you, okay? You don't want to take their problems home with you. So just be like, I spent the day with them. They haven't really changed, but that's not my problem. That's their problem, okay? You don't have to be there for them with this like energy. It's like you don't have to take their problems home. I think that's what you really need to understand here, is it's not your issue. It's not your thing to fix, okay? Because there's so many other things that you could be focusing on. There's so many other things that are going on in the world, but they just keep getting you caught up in their drama, and it's like their way of making you, with you being such a nice person, they're sucking you in because they don't want to deal with it themselves. The more that you just ignore it and just not really energetically engage with that kind of behavior, they're going to eventually trigger and get triggered, and they might even get angry at you because you're like, well, you don't care about me. And they'll say things like that. They'll say that. They'll be like, you don't care about me. Why are you avoiding me? Why are you not talking to me? You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to explain yourself. Justice reversed, okay? This is not, I'm going to say it again. This is not your problem. Whatever's going on in your life, it is not your problem, okay? These people are bringing you into their karmic pattern that they need to solve. This is not your karma, okay? So understand these people. Understand them. Understand why this is happening to them. And then be like, okay, they'll figure it out on their own. That's all you have to do. And send them love. Love and light. Sometimes send them a little bit of hate. No, I'm joking. But like sometimes be like... I mean, like when you're actually communicating with them, not like energetically send them hate. It works both ways, but like just be like, I really don't like the way that you're behaving. Set those motherfucking boundaries with people. But I don't like the way you're behaving. You don't have to get angry. That sounds a little bit angry what I just said, but like you just have to be like firm with people. And you're gonna get angry sometimes. Like this is a thing that you need to work on. So every little time you get a little bit less angry, the more that you state what it is that you don't like, because otherwise it's just going to keep coming in with this energy of 5 of Wands. You're going to keep having arguments. You're going to have to keep dealing with their jealousy towards you. Some people are really jealous of you, and they think that if they bring you down here, like that they have. This is a very manipulative person or people. It's a manipulative collective circle of people. That's what I'm picking up. They're all in the same situation energetically, but I feel like you've evolved past that, so you're like, okay. So I think observing that they're in this and that's their behavior is one of the strongest things that you can do for yourself, because when you just sit back and watch and say nothing and let them just have it, you're gonna see so many things and so many different sides to people. And if they approach you and they ask you for your opinion, you don't have to explain yourself. You just be like, I don't really have anything else to say, or I don't really want to get involved. And they'll question like, why don't you want to get involved? And you just, let's see what that says. 3 of Cups reversed. This is about friendship, but it's reversed. Just be like, this is not how friends treat me anymore. I'm not letting it happen. You're owning your own, you have to take back. Like I really feel like this toxic feminine energy that I'm feeling, I feel like a lot of these people are not, that are in your life, they're not really respecting their body. They're not really respecting their own sexual energy. They're not respecting it, and you're so done with it. But you have to now heal it. And when you work and focus your attention on that sacral energy that I was talking about, you're going to notice that you might even fall out, and you might even like get rid of a few friends. But I feel like right now is the time for you to just, you know, shut certain people out of your life, and don't let them in. Don't let them in whenever they're going through something, okay? Because it's Judgment Day. Sorry, that was at the bottom of the deck and I had to take it up. It's time for them to deal with it themselves, because their time is coming where you're not going to be able to be around all the time, because I see, we're going to pull a blessing card now, but I see something to do with whatever this blessing is coming your way. You're going to be rewarded for your patience with these people, and you're going to see things play out the way that is better for them. You're not going to be like, haha, they got their karma. I don't see that for you. You're not that type of person. But you're going to be like, thank the Lord that this is sorting itself out. So let's just see what your blessing is right now. Because you're such a patient person. Like, I love that about you guys, this group. You're very patient with these people. And you don't have to be. A blessing of the waters. Water, sacral chakra, that's all linked. The waters is the divine kind of intuitive feminine energy, the intuition, the going with the flow, going with the current. And currently, you're shifting into this more feminine, divine feminine energy, not the toxic feminine. You're realizing what it is that you want to become. Pay attention to butterflies as well. I feel like butterflies is your spirit guides are showing you certain butterflies because they're telling you that you have transformed. It's just you're not in the moment to really realize it yet, because you're still kind of having the external world showing you different things that you don't necessarily agree with, okay? But you have transformed. It's already happened in the future. You are there already. So just don't stress too much about it. It's already happening right now. You're already in this timeline of you manifesting it exactly the way that you imagined, okay? So thank you all so much for watching group number 4, and leave a comment down below if this resonated, and I will see you all in the future. Goodbye. Hello, group number 5. So, before we begin I'm going to channel first, as usual here on the channel. We're going to use the Deviant Moon Tarot deck, and then we are going to use this lovely Oracle deck that has blessings in it. And yeah, we're going to use them to kind of clarify what I feel or pick up. So, okay, I'm feeling that some of you are ready to attract. It's hard to say actually, because I feel like some of you think that you're ready to attract love into your life, but there's a blockage there. And the blockage for me seems like you're not ready because you haven't forgiven. You haven't forgiven someone for something that they've done. You're still holding on to something that's happened in the past, and you're using it as a way to blame others for certain things that happened in your life. Like, I am this person because of that person. Okay? You're making it sound positive, but it's not positive when you really listen to what you're saying and you really break it down. I'm picking that up, okay? Because I do feel like your own soul wants you to attract soulmates. You are almost there, but right now for you, energetically, you're being shown a side to people that is all linked to how people treated you in the past. And before you can move on and have this energy and have this amazing relationship that I'm picking up relationships, really romantic people come. Like, I feel like you just want romance. You just want someone to bring you flowers. You just want someone to go on adventure walks. Like, I feel like you just want someone who, you can go into the forest and just be in nature. You really want that. That's what you really desire. And I like that you're ready for it. But right now, one major thing that many people need to start practicing more, so that we can manifest this 5D consciousness and see it manifest around us, is to forgive and to not hold anyone accountable for anything that happens in our life, because they come into your life to teach us a lesson, but they're not bad people. They're just part of the game. They're just part of the contract that you signed up for before you came here. So really, they just were playing a role for you in your soul's discovery to come back to remembering who you truly are, which you are a multi-dimensional being. We are not people. We are spirit. So that's what you're really having to really understand right now, because that's what it's all about. You need more, I'm hearing you need to more engage. I don't know if I heard mortgage, so I don't know why that's, I don't know if maybe some of you are having problems with or stressing about mortgage, but then I thought it was actually more engagement. Okay, so I'm not sure what I heard there, because I heard that mortgage first and I didn't really go with it, which I should have, but I did. I said it now, so whatever. Can Spirit give me a little bit more here? I feel like you need to be open to engaging with different types of people. And this, if you're single and you're wanting to date, this probably be like, you know, doing things that, and getting yourself out there in ways that you wouldn't normally do. It's like going on Tinder, or I feel like some of you don't really like that idea at all. You're like, no, thank you. But like, who's to say, like, you need to just get out there and want to engage with different people. I see that you just have like, you've put the soulmate in a box when there are multiple soulmates. So whatever tarot reader has told you that they look like this and this and this and they have this personality, you put your soulmate already in a box, and you've narrowed it down to this, which really what that does is you just put this person in a box, and you've kind of trapped them in a way, because you're holding on to this idea of this soulmate when really you need to be open to letting anything come through. Because as long as you are at a vibration that is high enough to have these higher conscious beings, like if you're up here and you're feeling joy, passion and love and just pure bliss, you're going to attract pure bliss, and it doesn't matter what they look like, what their personality is, you're going to have a match. That's a soulmate. Okay, so just know frequency and the emotions attached to each frequency, and you can look it up and Google what it is. There's like a whole diagram or something of like fears down here, and it's like really low. So like know where you're kind of tapping into, because you're allowed to go down to fear. Okay, but if you're in fear all the time, then you're going to have this demonic feeling, or people are going to say like, as well with demonic energy, it's just an energy, okay? But like it's not demonic. I feel like there's some, I don't know why I'm talking about that, but there's some sort of like feeling that you have about certain emotions like shame and all of like guilt and things like this, that you feel like it's just so negative and you can't be down there, but you find yourself down there sometimes. And it's because of this like blaming others. Okay, you have to hold yourself accountable and be like, okay, I can't keep saying that it's their fault when really there's so much more to this that I need to understand. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if that did or not, but whatever. Take whatever resonates. This is interesting. Okay, let's see. What can you do for yourself right now? Because I feel like you're all ready. This group, you're ready for these new experiences with people. Romantically, massively. Queen of Cups. Okay, I feel like you have a very wise, you've I feel like your mother, or there's just something about her energy that you must have taken some other form of karma in your life that hasn't really come from her. Like has a different kind of energy to what you've went through. So you've been passed on maybe some kind of, maybe you've heard this before, that I feel like it has to do with ancestor energy, whereas her energy is different. I don't know what it is. So I feel like really connecting with her. For some of you, you may have lost your mum as well, and it's tapping back into that. So because that's why it feels like different. So some of you need to just talk openly with your mum, because I'm feeling this. So when I see this, like, or I can't explain it, but when I see that, it's some of you have someone passed away as well, a mother, and it's connecting back with her and asking her. But for anyone that anyone that has their mother still here in this life, I really see you're going to find a lot of comfort in being more open towards her, because she just really has a lot of love to give and a lot of intuitive guidance. Like she's almost kind of, I would pick up that she is very, we all are psychic, but like the way that conversations will start to flow the more open you are with her. You're going to learn things about yourself that you didn't really understand before. We have the 9 of Swords. There's this waiting that's getting your anxiety, like there is, I feel like it's like, for me, it's some of you, it's like waiting for someone to text you back, or waiting for you're waiting for a message. You're waiting for a message or a sign or a synchronicity or something. I don't know what it is, but it's keeping you up at night. It's like when you go to bed, you're going to bed to rest. But if you're going to bed thinking about a specific person or something, that little demon on the shoulder there is going to keep nagging at you and being like, yeah, they don't like you. Yeah, just give up now. Yeah, they're going to keep doing that. They're going to keep throwing these bad thoughts into your subconscious. And it's all these bad thoughts, this lower energy is just energy from past, okay? And it's being like, no, enough is enough. I'm not thinking like that anymore. There's the door. You can literally visualize a door and say to that frequency or that energy and be like, there's the door, see you later, bye. Close the door, that's you. You're done. You'll notice the change, you'll notice a shift, you'll notice that you're probably going to be able to sleep and not think of yourself in a negative way. Let's see what else we have. You don't realize how attractive you are and how people are just waiting there. Like I said, they're just waiting for you to just forgive everything that's happened to you and what other people have done. More so, it's forgiving yourself first. Forgiving yourself to see the relationships that you've had in the past in a different light. Seeing them from a perspective of discovery more than like a lesson. Like you really just discovered something about yourself in those relationships. It wasn't just a lesson. Like I feel like, oh, when we talk like lessons, it's like, okay, whatever. But you really just discovered that you're way more than what you thought you were. You thought you wanted this kind of a soulmate, and then it turned out it wasn't like that. So now you've expanded so much that you've really, really like been able to tap in here lately, which is really good. You've really, really been able to show love differently, but you still have that little bit of work to do with the forgiveness of things that you've done in the past, because I feel like you hold a certain amount of it's like, you know, when it's like friction. It's like whenever you think or feel that, you get hot, you get angry, you get a little bit frustrated. It's like that heating it up. So it's just like, it gets you kind of so furious. No, I'm not saying furious, but like, it's just something that really just makes you feel like, don't talk about that. Like trigger. It's like a trigger, and you even call it out. You're like, you're triggering me, don't talk about them, or whatever. But yeah. One more card. Let's see. It's so funny because in this deck, I see these both the same. I see this as kind of being the same energy. So I feel that with this, it's like, you see that, I don't know why I always feel that this card for me is, you see yourself as a bad person and you've accepted it, that you're just not the best person sometimes. No. You're not a bad person, okay? I just want to clarify that. You're not a bad person, and I don't feel like that's resonating with a lot of people, but there is some of you out there that has this kind of like, oh, I'm not the best person I can be, but I try. But it's, you need to change it up a bit. You need to just change the way that you speak, because everything that you've went through in life happened because it made you it made you into the person that you are today, but you're exactly where you need to be. And that's what you need to understand. You're not a bad person. You're not a good person. You're just who you are. You're just having this experience, okay? It's very, very deep. Group number 5 is hella deep. Hella deep in the emotional sense of things, but also in this, like, really, you're tapped in up here too. So yes, let's just pull one of these. So like, what does your ancestors want to tell you that you're being blessed with? What is your blessing? I'm going to just do that instead. A blessing on your boundaries. And I was drawn straight away to the number 33. So if you're seeing 333, I feel like that has to do with, I'm hearing that has to do with getting out there and meeting different types of people to see what you really want, to see who you really want to meet. Because if you're set on this one type of relationship, you're kind of restricting yourself. So I think that setting your boundaries and being like, going out and meeting people, and they do something that your ex-partner might have done, and you can just be like, okay, I don't like that, so no, don't need that. So you're going to realize you're testing out. It's like, what's on the menu today? And then you go and try it. Okay, so that is all I have for you, group number 5. Leave a comment down below if this resonated. This was very deep. I just take whatever resonates. Okay, I don't know how some people will take it, but I feel like some of you will be like, okay, I get it. I kind of get it, but I don't at the same time. So it's fine. Sometimes I trigger people, and sometimes, yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's some people here kind of like, okay, so that's okay. That's fine. I see you, I feel you, and I know that from here on, you're going to look at things a lot differently with who you want in your life. But yeah, leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the future. Goodbye.